Alrighty. Yo, what's going on, Sean? What's up, Matt? What's up, Terry? Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I'm a little behind, guys. Nope, wrong way. Sorry, just my daughter just left, so I'm still dealing with that. Drop that down. La 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 la. I'm dealing with that. Dealing with some work shit. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah. She is definitely my pride and joy. But supposedly she forgot something. I'm trying to bum 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 bum. Get rid of that, get rid of that. I should have been more prepared. Sorry, one more thing. Bam, alrighty. That's good. I mean, that's the thing about being a stepdaddy, man. Like, to me, I don't believe in stepfathers. The way I look at it is you should love those kids just like they were your own. I know not everybody does that, and as I said, I mean, fuck, let's turn that down a little bit. That is extremely loud. I know there's actual posal fathers, you know, jizz donators as I call them, because I should know. That's what I grew up with. I didn't have a dad. I have a jizz donator, but yeah, it's a bad deal, man. Like I grew up without a father. Luckily, I had my uncle and my grandfather who raised me into the man I am. And I know, believe it or not, it's kind of shocking because, you know, I am an asshole and all that good stuff. But I actually am very proud of the man I grew up to be. Yeah, see, that sucks, you know, and unfortunately, you know, you never want to go into a situation like that. I mean, I don't mean that like in a bad way. Like, you know, it's one thing when a kid's parents are alive. You know, you could handle situations like that, but when kids grow up without a parent because of death or something, you know, it's hard to cope with that, man. It's hard to deal with that. You know, especially I'm not, you know, I know it's none of my business. I don't know when, you know, their father passed away and stuff, but you know, if they were real young, it's a hard deal. Uh, you know, like I said, I got lucky. My father wasn't there for me, which is shocking because I spent a lot of time at his house. It's just, even when I was at his house, he never wanted to spend time with me. He always wanted to spend time with the other kids, or he would rather go spend time with his buddies. And so, you know, it didn't take me very long to figure out that, you know, he wasn't really worth my time. So, I looked at my grandfather, and my uncle. Basically grew up in the same scenario I did, you know, of not having a father, this and that. Now, I will say my uncle did grow up, his real father wanted nothing to do with him, but he did have a stepfather that treated him like his own son, and, you know, he loved him like a real dad, so, you know, he did have that part, but, you know, he still grew up without, like, an actual father being there. So, you know, like I said, him and my grandpa kind of raised me. They raised me very, very old school, which I'm proud to have been raised that way. You know, like I said, it's a bad deal. Um, but you know, you seem like a great guy, Sean, and I have a feeling, you know, you treat those kids just like they're your very own flesh and blood, which is absolutely amazing. Um, you know, it's sad. I do see a lot of people that get in a relationship with people that have kids, and you know, they act like they're better than the kids. And you know, me being a parent myself, I can tell you right now, I don't care how hot you are, or how much money you make or shit like that. You know, that stuff's really not important to begin with, but you know, you could be a Victoria's Secret model making hundreds of millions of dollars a year. If you can't respect my kids and respect the fact that my kids are my number one priority, then, you know, I don't want you in my life. It's that simple. It is that plain, and I am. Fill her up. Yeah, see, man, that's the amazing thing, man. People say what they want, but spoiling your kids, and that's the thing. Like, there's a right way and a wrong way to spoil kids. Um, you know, I spoil my daughter rotten. You know, she does get everything she wants, but she earns it. You know, and that's the way I grew up. You know, I grew up with a very wealthy grandparents who could give me literally everything I ever dreamed of and wanted. And but I had to work my ass off. You know, I had to pay him back. Like, you know, I could go out there and say, Grandpa, I want to, like, if he was still alive, I could say, Grandpa, I want a brand new 2022 Chevy Silverado when they come out. And he would go down to the dealership, pay cash for it, give it to me right then and there. Now, yes, that is a great, amazing way to spoil our kids. But, thing is, if you don't make your kids work for stuff like that, see, like, it was easy for me to get that stuff. But I had to work to pay him back. Like, it technically wasn't free. Basically, he was just able to get what I want faster and sooner than what I could get it myself. But I still had to pay him off. Now, luckily he wasn't like a bank where you know you had to pay interest and stuff like that. I didn't have to deal with that kind of stuff. But you know, I did have to work my ass off and pay him back. And you know, the great thing I've learned from that was, for one, work ethic. You know, you got to have a work ethic. Two, it makes you appreciate what you got. Like, yeah, you know, my truck that I got now, I worked and saved up and paid cash money for. I paid $16,000 for a truck that was technically worth $25,000 at the time. I worked my butt off. I saved up for it. I paid cash at the dealership, which they wasn't a big fan of because they weren't going to make the money they thought they were going to make off me. But they got cash for it. And of course, there's a little more into that situation than what meets the eye. There was a certain reason I was able to get it down that low. But the fact of the matter was, you know, I went in, I paid cash for it. You know, I appreciate the shit out of that truck. Boom. And but yeah, you know, when you have to pay for things yourself, you definitely appreciate what you got. Man, that is still a little loud. Come on, unfreeze. It's the pause menu that's screwed up. Yeah, see, that's the thing, man. That's actually where I've been the last couple nights. Growing up on a farm, we're getting the fields ready to plant. There we go. There's something about this general setting menu that this game does not like. And I know I'm not the only one, because I'm pretty sure I've heard Phoenix talk about it. And I'm pretty sure I've heard other people talk about it. And like I said, I don't know what it is about this part of the menu. Like, all the rest of the menu works great. It's just this general setting. The game constantly freezes. And I mean, it freezes hard. Like it is right now. Like it's frozen. Oh, hey, we're back. Yeah, we got 1,800 acres. We're going to plant. We're going to plant 800 acres of soybean and 1,000 acres of corn. So it is what it is. This is actually, believe it or not, this is the first time in 2 years we've been able to plant because of flooding. We've been flooded for 2 straight years, so we're kind of excited. That's another reason why we've had to work this ground so much, is because another's been planted in 2 years and had water over it for 2 years. Well, water over for a year, like a year and, what was it, a year and 6 months, and then we spent 6 months cleaning it, getting all the sand and shit out of it, out of the fields. You know, I love farming. I'm burned out on it. I love it though. There's times I wish that's all I did. I know this is not the conventional way of harvesting. Ah, well. It's my harvest, and I'll go in circles if I want to. Go in circles if I want to. Yeah. We don't do our tile. We have a company that comes and does it. Which thank God I watched them do it, man. That shit looks kind of hard. Can't forget about them. And we got this lonely little fella over here. Gotta get him. Oh, it is. Yeah, okay. I read that wrong. I thought you were asking if it was hard. I was like, I don't know. Never done it. But they got a special machine that does theirs. Theirs looks like a big old dozer without the blade, but it's got the big old hook on. Oh, that's not what I wanted. It's got the big old hook on the bottom. Get rid of some of these. It's got like a big old hook in it, and this hook is actually pretty wide because in the middle is where the tubing goes through and lays down. And then the dirt kind of just falls on top of it. I guess the easiest way to explain it is if you ever watch Millennial Farmer, his buddy that does it, that's basically what their machine is. Is what his buddy's got. But yeah, we got 1,800 acres. Oh, okay. We're actually going to sell about 600 acres of it, hopefully soon. It's just getting too much to handle. Too much. Fill her up. There we go. Yeah, I know it is. It's been out for a little while. Not me. I actually, believe it or not, I actually hate Farm Sim. Um, the only reason I'm playing it is because there's only a certain amount of games I can actually stream decently, somewhat, and Farm Sim is one of them. Uh, Rocket League is one of them. Fall Guys is one of them. Among Us is one of them. Hold on. Chew! Bless me. Minecraft is one of them. And really, to be honest, I'm kind of burnt out on them. Oh, Construction Sim. I can do Construction Sim. I'm kind of burned out on all of them, like, really bad right now, so... And I've done them both, or all those games, so many freaking times. That I figured I'd do something different for the next couple weeks. I already had the game downloaded, so I was like, why not? Might as well do it. Oh, I could do ATS, but I get burned out on ATS. I can't do ATS for very long. Like, I could play ATS for like 30 minutes, unless I'm playing with the guys, which that sounded extremely bad. But, yeah, I can only play ATS for like 30 minutes before I get completely bored out of my mind. Unless there's a new state. I would love to, but unfortunately, I know people who have Flight Simulator, and it is a killer on computers. So I know my computer would not be able to handle it. I do plan on getting a newer computer sometime soon, hopefully. My goal is to get a new PS5 first. I want a PS5, especially due to the fact that NCAA football is not been announced that it is coming out, but it is only coming out on new gen. As of right now, it's only exclusive on PS5, I believe. They are trying to work out a contract with Xbox. And for those of you that don't know, I am a diehard sports fan. And I am especially a diehard NCAA college football fan, the game. And I have been waiting for this moment for years. Well, since 2014 to be exact. But, and that's not the only reason I'm getting the PS5. You know, like, I mean, that's pretty stupid to spend that kind of money on a console just for one game. I do have a buddy of mine that's got one, and I went to his house and we played a couple games on it, and the graphics are absolutely amazing. The gameplay is absolutely amazing on the PS5. And plus, it's just tradition. I've literally owned every PlayStation that has ever came out. Came out? Yeah, because came out is such a fucking word. Jesus. Yeah, so I plan on getting the PS5 first. Hopefully my poor computer can last until then. Because financially right now I am struggling. I'm paying on hospital bills. I'm paying regular bills. I'm paying off a loan. I'm paying child support. So, yeah, money's been tight the last few years. But good news is, hopefully my hospital bills are just about done. Honestly, I shouldn't have to be paying these hospital bills, but I won't get into that. That's a deal for another time. I'm still a little pissed off about it. My loan is just about paid off, so once those get paid off, that will help out financially. That is two big old burdens kicked off the list. So, of course, child support, I will be paying child support for many years to come. But that child support is very important to me. You know, I try to make sure my daughter has everything that she wants and needs in life. So that's the other thing. Here pretty soon I'm going to have to start putting money away for a car to get her. You know, she's 7 years old, so, you know, yeah. Do the math. Less than 10 years, she will be driving. So I'm not gonna buy her, expensive car. Like, I seen the deal on Facebook the other day where this girl I know bought her son a $90,000 Tesla car for his 16th birthday. Think about that. A 16-year-old kid driving a $90,000 vehicle. $90,000 is more than most people's houses. That's $90,000 is close to a middle wage house, kind of. So yeah, I don't plan on getting her nothing like that. I do plan on getting her something decent, something that is not going to require a bunch of work right off the bat. Not nothing new, but I don't want nothing extremely old. I want something safe for her. Like I said, again, something that she's not going to have to put money into right off the bat, because she is, she's going to be 16. And, I mean, luckily I got lucky. I started working when I was real young, started saving money. But most kids, even if they are working, they're not going to have, a shit ton of money right off the bat, especially when they get a car at the age of 16. So, and I see all these other people like, fucking make them work it. Well, yeah, that's a little easy for you to say there, Skeeter. That's the hopes. I know this sounds bad, but I really hope my daughter does not go to college. And I'm not saying that for the child support perspective, because if you guys don't know how child support works, you quit paying child support at 18 unless they decide to go to school, and then you have to pay until they graduate school. Now, with that being said, that does not mean that if she decides to become a doctor that I have to pay until she graduates her doctorate. Now, even then, it still goes up to a certain age, and then you quit paying. But I really don't, and I know I'm a bad parent because I haven't started a college fund, but college is so fucking overrated. And it's literally, college is one of the most useless educations you can possibly have. Because here's the deal. I see people all the time that graduate like in masters in engineering, this and that and this and that, and they don't even get the job that they got the education in, because usually they go to these jobs, they're too overqualified because they have a degree from college. Now, with that being said, I'm not saying school's bad. The best thing a person could do, especially you young kids, if you're trying to decide what you want to do with your life, go to a trade school. Because I'm telling you right now, trade school, there's always a high demand for them. There's always going to be a need for an electrician. Always going to be a need for a carpenter. Always going to be a need for a mechanic. Always going to be a need for heating and cooling. Always going to be a need for plumbing. And here's the thing. They're not very expensive. And you can make some fucking damn good money. I got a buddy of mine that's in the union for electrician. Makes 6 figures a year. That's the kind of education people need. And yeah, you're right, Tony. It's hard to find a PC right now. That's another reason why I'm not going to look exactly right now. Like I said, the PS5 is my main concern. But once I do get that, then I will look into getting a new computer. This one, she's starting to get old. And she's worn out. And no, not from porn like everybody for some reason seems. See, here's the deal. Porn is for the laptop. You don't spend a whole lot of money and you can save a shit ton of porn on it. When you drop $900 on a computer, porn's not a good idea. Like, this computer is squeaky clean as far as porn goes. Laptop, on the other hand, not squeaky clean at all. Of course, beyond the belief, I actually don't have a whole lot of porn on my computer. For one, I don't need it. Not to brag, but I do have girls that I can call on when I need to do the deed. And two, I just don't have time really to watch porn. Um, because usually work keeps me busy, and if I'm not working, I'm playing games. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I was 18, oh shit, porn was everything. I was a pornaholic. Pornaholic. But yeah, no, I don't really have the porn collection like a lot of people believe. Um, Again, for a couple reasons. One, I don't need it. And two, I got a 7-year-old daughter that likes to snoop around. So that's the last thing I need her to be finding is porn. So I don't really have it. Now don't get me wrong, I do have some very collectible Playboys sitting around. She probably can't ever find those because she can't reach where they're at, luckily. Whoa, get back into place, Missy. But yeah, no, I've heard a lot of people talk about how buying computer parts is very expensive. Either very expensive or very impossible to find. Like, a lot of people don't have them in stock. And see, what these electronic companies don't understand is they are about to get in a shit ton of trouble because they're price gouging like crazy because of the whole pandemic. They know what people are going to spend money on when they got the stimulus check. So all that stuff that these companies know that people are going to buy with that stimmy check, they raise the prices up. Well, that is against the law to do that. In fact, that's why a lot of these meat processing plants are getting in a shit ton of trouble. I don't know about y'all, but I know like here the meat processing plants in this area are under a lot of trouble because they've raised the prices of meat so much that people can't afford them at the grocery stores, and the farmers are making absolutely nothing off of it. In fact, I think farmers are losing money off of animals right now. And you know, they claim it was the whole that there was this big animal shortage crisis. That's why the price of meat have gone up. Blah blah blah. And in fact, Triumph, which is a pork processing plant here in town, they try saying the same thing. Like, oh, you know, we had to raise the rates of pork because, you know, there's an animal shortage. Are you serious? Like, are you really think people are that stupid? There is literally farms out there, ranches. In fact, there's one here not too far from town that has over, what was it, 500,000 heads of cattle. Just his farm alone. That's not including what they got like in Oklahoma and Texas, where some of them have got over millions of hogs and millions of cattle. There is actually more hogs and pigs than there is humans in this country. And that's what cracks me up, because they think people are stupid enough to believe that, oh my god, there's like no animals. Oh, this guy. But yeah, like I said, I don't know what the price of meat is around for you guys, but I know like our state senator and state representatives are really going after the meat process plant. Like 93.7 hamburger, which is the good stuff. It's gone down quite a bit, but at one time it was $87 a pound for 93.7. To get you a 10-ounce Kansas City strip steak was $115. Just one. Oh, this guy. I appreciate it, Feather. This guy. But, oh. Oh, he full that. Okay. Okay, I dumb. We a little full on corn. But, yeah, like I said, meat has gone up. I mean, it's getting stupid on how expensive meat is. Now, luckily, a lot of stuff has gone back down in price. I mean, steak and hamburgers still a lot more expensive than what it should be. But and chicken is starting to rise up again. I have noticed that. Like, in fact, I ordered like 2 pounds of chicken the other day, and what did it end up being? $37 for 2 pounds of chicken, I think, if I remember right. So yeah, it's a little stupid there. I don't know. I think they try scaring everybody like they did with the whole toilet paper thing, and what was it like? They said there's a Dr. Pepper shortage, so everybody went out and bought Dr. Pepper, which is fine with me. You can buy all the Dr. Pepper you want. I'm not a Dr. Pepper fan. I'm a Coca-Cola fan. That's right. And you guys are going to have to stop being so white, according to Coca-Cola. Just saying. That's what they said. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, when I seen that, I was like, well, I love Coca-Cola too much to stop drinking it, to protest it, so I guess I'll just have to stop being less white. So, I've come to the conclusion I'm going to have to be gangsta. Which is perfect, because this town is full of drug addict and gangsta wannabes. Now, don't get me wrong, there is real gangs here in town. We do have the MS-13. You know, we have some of the big dogs here. So there is real gangs in this town. Unfortunately, I have kicked a lot of gang members out of the bar I worked at, which is scary because I knew they were real gang members. I was worried what they were going to do. Luckily, they were too drunk to remember anything. But, so I was like, you know, I'm in the most perfect town. And see, the greatest thing with Eminem being born here in St. Joe, or, you know, being from St. Joe, is the fact that he's a white guy who made it huge in the rap world. You know, one of the best rappers of all time. So now every white guy in this town, for some reason, thinks they're an Eminem. And it's like, no, like, you actually suck, like, horribly bad. And they're like, well, Eminem made it. It's like, well, that's because Eminem's good. You're just horrible. Yes. You can rock do-rags all you want. And see, I could rock a do-rag. I don't have any hair left, really, so. Rock away, Feather. Rock away. This thing unloads extremely slowly. Oh. My phone's acting up. Well, no point in waiting fuel while this thing takes forever to unload. And there you go. Break it down. Could you imagine, like, our rap names, like the names we create for rap? I could see Brandon's rap name already. Triple nipple. What was it? TNC Gingy. Lil TNC Gingy. That would be Brandon's rap name. Lil TNC and Gingy. People are like, what does the TNC stand for? Triple Nipple Club, bitches. Or no, what's the brand of paint he always gets? That'd be his rap name. What's your name? Little Spray Paint? Oh, that's sweet, dog. I'm Little Clear Coat. See, that's that thing. Like, I know I can't rap. Like, I have no rhythm whatsoever. I cannot rhyme. Whoop. Could not rhyme if my life depended on it. Of course, I guess, like, nowadays, you don't even have to have words nowadays. Like, the most popular style of rap right now is, is it called gibberish? Gibberish rap? Something like that. That's literally a genre. Gibberish rap. Where, as long as you got a good beat, you don't have to make any sense of words whatsoever. In fact, you don't even have to use words. That's the amazing thing. That's what I think is amazing. And if you notice, it's gone into country because that's what Florida Georgia is. And Luke Bryan sings gibberish. So you got gibberish rap, you got gibberish country. I'm pretty sure you're going to have gibberish rock at some point. And maybe it already exists. I don't know. Trip, nip, jib, I agree with that. I'd agree with that. I don't know if he'd agree with that so much, because you know how he gets. But I like it. I think it's fitting for him. But yeah, I was flipping through the stations the other day at work. Because I'm one of the people, I get very impatient with radio stations, especially when they start playing commercials. You know, I can't stand commercials. Like, I don't want to buy your shit. Just because it's on a commercial does not make me want to buy your shit. It's just how I am. So when the stations start playing commercials, I start flipping through the stations, and I flipped into one station, and they had that gibberish rap. And like, this dude I was with actually knew what they were gibbering on about, I guess you could say. I think is what you call it. I don't know. So I was like, alright, whatever. And then he's like mumbling. I was like, what are you doing? Like, what are you seriously doing? He's like, oh, I'm singing this song. And believe it or not, like, you guys know how bad Brandon is with mumbling. This was 10 times worse. And what makes it even scarier is the fact that it was called music. Like, I feel like Brandon would be like a number one, like a superstar in gibberish rap. Because you can't understand half of what he says. Like, you're... And like, oh my god, Brandon, that's the number one hit. Woohoo! And the whole time he's trying to talk about his Case International tractor. Which might hurt his feelings in the long run when he finds out that they really don't know what he's saying, but... he should be willing to take one for the team and just to be rich. Be a rich bitch. Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Ah, we fool. Don't worry, Cart, I'm on my way. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way. And see, like I said, everybody's trying to become a rapper. I think what's funny is Machine Gun Kelly. Isn't that the name of the dude that got into the big argument with Eminem? Claimed he was the rap devil. If Eminem was the rap god, he was the rap devil. I love how so many of his fans were like, "Oh, he's going to destroy Eminem. He's going to end Eminem's career." But yet, Eminem's still rapping, and Machine Gun Kelly turned into a princess-wearing looking punk rocker. Now, I ain't mad at him, you know. Do whatever makes you money, by all means. If it makes you money, hey, get on with your bad self. See, that's like Taylor Swift. Like, I can't stand Taylor Swift. She is one of the worst singers of all times. She's definitely ugly. I still have yet to figure out what people see and think that she's hot. But I ain't mad at the girl. I'm not. I'm not mad at her at all. She found out that she could trick people into thinking she's a good singer and make bukus of money off of it. And that's exactly what she's done. I mean, she's fucking filthy rich. Like, she makes more in like a week than I do an entire lifetime. So I ain't mad at her. I will never listen to her music or buy any of her albums or go to any of her concerts. Because she's literally one of the worst singers ever. But, and she helped, she wasn't the only one, but she helped ruin country music. But I ain't mad at her. Like, I can't, like Luke Bryan and Florida Georgia bitches. I ain't mad at them. They make a shit ton of money doing something that they suck at. So, I mean, hey, by all means, keep doing it. But I think Brandon would be a perfect rapper. You know, he already mumbles. He's got that going. He could wear a mask. You know. Of course, I guess when you start getting money, it don't matter what you look like. Women will go for you no matter what. See, there you go. That's how we get Brandon laid. We turn him into a rapper. We'll start advertising for Trip Nip Jebediah. We'll let Kitty Cat be his manager because, you know, Kitty Cat's good with numbers and stuff. And money and math. I'm not very good at that shit. Hey, you know what? You say what you want, Matt. You say what you want. But I'll make sure Brandon doesn't thank you at his Grammy Awards when he wins for the greatest mumble rapper of all time. Because, I mean, you know as well as I do. Can't understand a damn word that kid says. Like 99% of the time, nobody knows what he's talking about. And that's what people love nowadays. I don't know why. But that's what all these kids are listening to. I mean, I remember like 8 years ago, the number one song in the country was literally a dude singing Black and Yellow nonstop for like 4.5 minutes. And the only reason I know that is because people loved it so much we had to play it at the fucking bar all the time. And that's literally all it was. It was the number one hit for like 18 weeks, which equals out to a shit ton of money. And the dude literally just said black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and... And then that became so popular that all 32 teams in the NFL paid him to do the same thing but add the colors of their team. So now he's getting paid by the NFL to create a song for every single team. So there's more money just to say 2 fucking words. Exactly, Feather. Lift That Pussy is number one. Why not? I mean, you got 2 fucking girls scissoring each other on stage singing Wet Ass Pussy. Why not have Brandon standing there, you know, pull a cord, water falls on the top of his head. He's trying to be sexy, but it doesn't work out because nobody likes him like that. But it don't matter because he's singing Lift That Pussy, and it's a number one hit. Women go crazy. That ginge is getting laid like crazy. Well, maybe not getting laid, but they'll look at his pee-pee. I feel like Brandon's too scared to have sex. But they'll look at his pee-pee for him. and he'll giggle, and his little wee wee will make them giggle. Then he'll get nervous and run off. But that's a story for another day. No! Well, see, that's the thing. Like, if Brandon joined the Trailer Park Boys, he'd be the trailer that you couldn't see because there's so much junk around it. Oh, it's not an argument. We're going to make Brandon into a rapper. Because mumble rap is like the hottest thing in music industry right now. Well, that and what are they Q-bop, K-bop, or is it K-pop? K-rock? No, whatever. There's that boy band. I've seen Philip DeFranco talk about them. There's some Korean boy group band thing, which I see. That tells you the stupidity of people in America. That they fall head over heels for groups that literally can't speak any English. Like, you think of some of the biggest hits in the last decade are songs that have no English in them whatsoever. And nobody in America can understand. Well, I mean, certain people can. Certain people can. But most people in America cannot understand a word that's being said in these songs. But yet they still make it number one. And they stay at number one forever. Like Despacito. Don't get me wrong. I like that song. I do. I don't go out of my way to find it. But if it came on the radio, I'm not going to change it. It's got a catchy little tune to it. But you think of Gangnam Style? Nobody fucking knew the words of that shit. You got the K-rock pop people. I can't think of their name. They were just talking about them the other day on Facebook. Fucking people are falling head over heels for them. They speak no English at all. Like, I don't even think their songs are in English. Oh, I need to pay attention. I didn't realize that's full. I mean, that just shows you that, like, people in America will do anything or listen to anything. Like, oh, just put a good beat to it. It's number one. Yes, you're right, Feather. That's who they were. K-pop. I knew it was Korean. I couldn't remember. But people are head over heels for that group. And I like this one girl. She was talking about. I said, can you like sing one song? Like, do you know the lyrics to one song? And she's like, well, no, I don't know what they're saying. I was like, okay, so you're a diehard fan of a group that you have no fucking clue what they're saying. Like, they could be saying death to all Americans and kill all the white girls, and you'd be cheering them on because you have no clue what they're saying. She's like, well, they're not saying that. And I said, you're right. Most likely they're not saying that. And I'm not saying that they are saying that. I'm just saying they could be saying that, and you have no clue. But you made their song a number one hit. See, I've never heard of them. Now, like I said, I mean, a song here and there is not bad. Like, Despacito, it had a good beat to it. And I'm not talking about the one with Justin Fairy Tale Princess from Canada. I'm talking about the ones of just Pitbull and... Or not Pitbull. Daddy Yankee. See, I do know who Daddy Yankee is. I do know him. I don't know the other dude, the main singer of that song, but like, yeah, it's got a good beat to it. It's a good song. But like I said, I don't go out of my way to look for it. But if it does pop on the radio, I'll listen to it. Now, I think we're all a little bit guilty because, like, Eiffel 65, let's be honest, half of us had no clue what they were saying. Like, I mean, now that we're older, we can slowly get to know what they're saying a little bit. But it's still a little hard. But they had a good beat. Oh, my knees are killing me. My knees are killing me. But yeah. So yeah, like I said, I think Brandon would be great at it. We might even get girls to look at his pee-pee, which would be a huge step for him. Like I said, I don't think sex will ever happen. I think he would get too scared and he'd run off. Now we got to remember, we can't get him too nervous because he might piss his pants, and God forbid if he ever did that while he's famous, his career would be over in seconds. Especially nowadays. Like, I feel like, you see people saying the N-word all the time, their career ends, or, they say something homophobic and their career ends. I feel like Brandon, being who he was, if he pissed himself, his career would be over, like, instantly. Like, oh, hey, there's the guy that pisses himself. So, you don't want to get Brandon too nervous. We just have to keep an eye on him. Could you imagine him walking on the stage? He just walks out there, like, slow and steady. Hi. That's how he starts out every show. Hi. Hello. Guys like fishing poles? I got 30 fishing poles. Let me tell you a little story about my fishing poles. I made a song about it. And he'd break out into his gibberish. That'd be creepy. Like, go Gingy! Go triple nipple Jebediah! You like fishing poles? What the fuck? Like, I didn't pay $40 to talk about fishing poles. Seen ya, fat ginger. Yeah, like I said, that's just my idea. That was my thought of getting Brandon laid. I know it's a long stretch, and it still might not work. But if we could at least get a girl to look at his pee-pee, that would be a huge step for him. Huge step. Now we still got to work on him because he's going to try to go after Victoria's Secret models. We're like, I'm rich. I could go after Victoria's Secret models. It's like, no, Brandon, they still make more money than you, buddy. And you're a 300-pound Amish Jewish kid. I don't really know if he's Jewish, but, Of course, if you think about it, get with a Jewish person is not a bad idea. I mean, they're great with money. I know that's being, I know that's like, prejudice and shit like that, but it's true. Like, I've yet to ever meet a Jewish person who sucks with money. Just does not happen. Now, I do know an Asian kid who sucks at math, though. So, that stereotype is not always true. I knew a kid, his name was Jung Yong, and the kid was horrible at math. Like, he didn't even know 2 plus 2. Granted, he may have had special ed. He may have had a handicap. But still, I mean, you would think. Like, I'm horrible at math. I don't even lie. I know I suck at math. Like, I could do the basic shit. And I could, measure off with measuring tape and stuff like that. I'm not that bad at it. But I'm also very bad. I cannot do math problems like right off the top of my head. You just cannot do it. I hope you're joking, Matt. Like, I really hope you're joking. Please do not tell me you're Brandon. You have like 400 fishing poles on your bed. That would be awkward. You going up to Ashley? Hey, Ashley. You want to have a little fun tonight? She's like, yeah, sure. You go into the bedroom. Fucking all your fishing poles are laying on the bed. She's like, what the fuck? Think about doing a little hook and catch? And she was like, you know what? Let's just go on the couch and watch movies for the night. And then you'd be heartbroken. I guess. I don't know. Maybe she likes fishing poles. Who knows? I don't know. Oh boy. Okay, well, see, 4 fishing poles ain't all that bad. I thought you were about to say like 30 or 40 fishing poles, like laying on your bed. I've still yet to ever figure out why he needs that many fishing poles. Like, he told us that you can only have so much fishing poles out. Which, I understand that. Some states have that, some states don't. And then he's like, well, they all come with different types of line. Okay, but like, I mean, dude, you're not fishing the fucking ocean, man. Like, pretty sure you're not going to need like a 150-pound line on there. At all. Like, you could probably put a 25-pound line on and catch literally anything you want to catch. And be perfectly fine. Now, I will say here in Missouri, like, not so much the ponds, but if you, well, I guess you could. I got a 50-pound catfish in a pond before. But as a rule, you're not going to do that. Now, the Missouri River, yeah, okay, you might want to put a 200-300-pound line on, because you get some of them spoonbills or some of them alligator gars or some of the catfish in that fucking thing. Whew, low. That is like deep sea fishing, man. Which deep sea fishing is fucking awesome. In fact, there was a woman just, I think, towards the middle of the state that just caught a 400-pound spoonbill fish. I think. I could be wrong on the weight. I might be wrong on the weight. I don't know. Oh. Well, while that's unloading, I gotta take a wee-wee. Oh boy. She said I had to get rid of my poles. I told that bitch to hit the roof. God forbid. God damn, Feather. Whew. I feel better now. I don't know about y'all, but we made some fresh tea, so I had to have some of that homemade sweet tea. I don't know about y'all, but man, sweet tea goes right through me. It's like Chinese food, man. Like you can, or Taco Bell. Like, you know, you drink a gallon of tea, you'll piss out like 4 gallons. I guess you kind of say it's like a weight loss program. I don't know. That's what I call Taco Bell. Taco Bell's a weight loss program. You eat 1 pound of Taco Bell, you'll shit out like 4 pounds. So, I mean, you know, there you go. Like, that's a win-win situation right there. You get good food that you know is bad for you, but you shit out 4 pounds. Well, technically you shit out 3 pounds because I guess you gain a pound from like the Taco Bell. So, but I mean that's still a great, 3 pounds. Fuck yeah. Whoa, slow down, Betty. Slow down. People ask me all the time. They say, "Man, why do you eat Taco Bell so much?" It's like I'm trying to lose weight. Like, well, how do you lose weight through Taco Bell? Taco Bell's bad for you. It's like, exactly, it is bad for you. Makes you take a shit. Like, you eat a pound of Taco Bell, you're going to shit out 4 pounds. So you just lost 3 pounds. My big problem is I like real Mexican too much. And I like Cajun too much. Which does not go through your body. Well, I guess some people would. Depends on if you like spicy food or not. I love spicy food. It doesn't go through me so much, so like, I do gotta watch how much I eat there, because I will gain a shit ton of weight eating those two. But they're so fucking good. Oh, by the way, Feather, depending on how things go tonight and tomorrow night, I should be around Tuesday, because we should have the fields ready by then. And depending on weather, I should be around Friday and Saturday, next Friday and next Saturday, because we'll start planting next week. We've actually knocked quite a bit of acreage out the last 4 days. Well, my uncle's been doing it during the daytime, and I've been doing nights, because he can't see at night very good. So they wanted to keep the tractors running 24 hours a day. So usually I get out in the fields about 6 in the afternoon. A little after 6. As long as I'm definitely in the fields by 7. And usually do my last round about 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. Although during the work week, I gotta leave a little bit sooner because I have to be at my actual job by 5 o'clock in the morning. I've had so many freaking people quit down there that I'm having to do extra work. The only good thing is I get off at 2:30 during this until they get somebody hired on to do a couple jobs. I get off at 2:30, so that is a good thing. Oh, I'm full. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, would you look at that? Oh, look at that. So I know you're wanting to record some 5M. Are you wanting to do some more Firefighter Simulator before you go on your vacation there, Feather? Boop, 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 boop. Dude, I don't know. Someone must be talking shit on me on Facebook or something. Like, I've had over 100 friend requests in the last 3 days. Now, I know some of them are robots, so I don't accept them, but... Sweet. Alright, well, like I said, you know, with that only being me, you, and C-Dub, we get a hold of C-Dub, see when he's free this week. I'm free after Monday, but I know Tuesday we got to record 5M, so... And I know you said you were going to try to do some more recordings of FS and 911 with the other group. I don't know when you plan on doing that, but... If you're free Wednesday or something, maybe we can knock out some Firefighter Simulator. One of these days we need to get into the Flames and check out its new stuff. Okay, so Wednesday? I'd be good with Wednesday if you're good with Wednesday. Get a hold of C-Dub, see if that works. Like I said, one of these days when we got nothing to do, we need to jump into the Flames. Check that out. Do you want to record some Into the Flames? I literally haven't even been in the game since me, you, Tyler, and C-Dub did those recordings. That was the last time I've been into the Flames. I keep meaning to check it out, but then every time I think I'm going to try to play it, I don't know. I lose track, and I get sidetracked, and I do other stuff. I know they added what do they call it? The tender truck, the one with the steering wheel in the back. I'm not very good on the firefighter terminology like y'all are. But if we do, I want to be on the back. I call dibs. The tiller. Did I call it the tender? I think I called it the tender. I wasn't too far off. I knew it started with the T and an I. I'm not good with the fire truck terminology. I will admit that. I don't know it like you guys do. Which is kind of odd, because you figure as many times I'm around them motherfucking trucks all the time, I would know that shit. But of course, a lot of you guys deal with a lot of volunteer. We don't really have volunteers in this. I mean, there's volunteers in Missouri. But we really don't have a whole lot of volunteers around this part. Like, what you guys call, like, rescue and stuff looks nothing like our rescue. But I did hear that they're looking into getting a new ladder truck. Because I think the big ladder truck that we got here in town is down the main station. What did they say? I think they said that was a 2002? I think? It's past their life. I don't know what a lifespan of a fire truck is, but they said it's way past it. It's a 110 foot ladder. They're looking at getting a new one that's 180 foot, I think is what they said. Don't quote me on that. I'm not exactly sure. I think they said 180 foot. I know the damn thing was supposed to be like $4.5 million. I do know that part. Because we were pissed off because we need new trucks in our area. They won't give it to us, but they'll buy like a $4.5 million ladder truck. And I know what people are going to say. They're like, but JT, they save lives. You don't. Psh. Yeah, well, guess who saves the fire department and the police department when they need help? Me! So in a way, I do save lives. See, I saved them so they could save lives. So technically, I'm saving lives. I'm a hero. Shazam. That's the way I look at it. And that's what I'm going to keep going with. If you don't like it, oh well. I think I'm a hero. I could be your hero, baby. I mean, it is true, though. I'm the one they call when the fire department needs help and when the police department needs help. Like, I put my life on the line. Like yesterday, I got called in. Like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I didn't have to go all the way. They eventually called. But I got called in. Because the SWAT team was out. They had a hostage situation. And so they called the SWAT team in. Which, by the way, they're getting a new SWAT bear. Is what they call it. It's the big fucking armor truck. I've seen pictures of that motherfucker. And it is sweet. Like, it is a bad motherfucker. I don't even know if a tank could take it out. Let's put it that. I really don't. I don't think a tank could even take it out. Maybe after a few shots. But not at first. I'm pretty sure. It's pretty fucking badass. Yeah, no, man, it's definitely, it's like $4.1 million total with whatever they're doing to this truck by the time it's all said and done. Because the budget was $5 million and some company out of Ohio, I don't know which one of the companies is in Ohio, but that's where it's going to be built if they end up purchasing it. They came in at $4.1 million. Now again, I don't know all the terminologies and shit like that, so couldn't tell you what all it's going to have and this and that. But yeah, the bid was $4.1 million. Which, I mean, to a lot of people that sounds like a lot of money, but I mean, fuck, most trucks are getting expensive. I mean, our buddy of mine who owns a tow company just bought a brand new 50-ton rotator for $1.8 million. I mean, we bought a new semi last year for $480,000. Shit's getting expensive. Don't ask me. I know that I had seen the price tag with my own two eyes, and the price was $4.1 million. Supposed to have every bell and whistle thing known to man. Supposed to have some new technology that's coming. Like I said, I don't know all the terminology. I'm not a firefighter. Don't know shit about it. But I do know it is 4.1 because, like I said, I seen it with my own eyes. Yeah, like I said, I don't know the brand. I know they said it's up in Ohio somewhere. I'm not exactly sure. I'm guessing it's where we get a lot of the trucks because a buddy of mine is the main mechanic for the fire department. In fact, he was our main. He was the senior mechanic at the city yards. He took a job to be the main mechanic for the fire department, and I know, like the ladder truck they got now, they've had to send it off twice, and both times he's had to drive it up to Ohio and then fly back, and then when he has to go get it, he has to fly out to Ohio and pick it up and bring it back. I don't know, like I said, I don't know where in Ohio. Is it by Cleveland? I think is what he said. I could be wrong. And I want to say, of course, you know the three major cities in Ohio: Columbus, Cleveland, and Cincinnati. I do remember he said it started with the C, I think, or by one of the cities with the C. I think. Again, don't quote me on that because I'm not exactly sure on that part. Does that? You guys know that? Does that sound right? Like, is there one by Cleveland or Cincinnati or something? Is that where that's at? So I'm pretty sure he was flying into one of those airports. Okay, so yeah, Columbus. Okay, I knew he had a. Like I said, I knew there's three major cities in Ohio that start with C. Actually, all the only major cities in Ohio. I knew it started with the C. I couldn't remember which one. Which, Jesus Christ, that is a long. No wonder why those fucking trucks get worn out. Like, if you have to drive them, like, I don't know if they deliver them or something, but driving from, like, Columbus, Ohio to, like, western Missouri, that's a long fucking drive. That's a lot of fucking miles and hours on a damn motor. No wonder why those fuckers get worn out. They get just fucking worn out just from driving it back. And driving there. Like, here's your brand new fire truck with only 2 hours on it and 5 miles. Yeah, well, by the time I get it back to town, it's going to have like 18 hours and 700 miles on it. Okay, that's a bad example, because that's still like fucking low mileage and low hours. I don't know, he said it's pretty cool up there. He said, last time they sent the ladder truck up there, of course, now when they send it up here, what was that? 8 months ago? Yeah, they sent it up 8 months ago because he went and picked it up 3 months ago. And he said he got to take the tour of the factory. He said that was pretty cool. You know, I guess I could be unloading this. Yeah, see, like, I don't know none of that. Like, I don't know what it HME. I'm guessing Aaron Fox Pump. I don't know what any of that stuff is. Like, the only fire trucks I know is like Pierce, and that's because Kansas City's got a bunch of them. And the only reason I remember them is because they use the Peterbilt, the oval logo, which I guess if you want to be technical is Ford. But either way, like, that's the only reason I remember that one. What it was, riding ball, riding ball? Is that's the other one, isn't it? Isn't that what they use in the game? Rooting ball, riding ball? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know the fire truck stuff like you guys do. That's why when you guys usually start talking about it, I just kind of disappear. Cause like I have, it's not that I don't want to listen to you guys. I just have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Like I feel like that's how Brandon feels when we talk about women. Like he's just lost. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Turn, bitch. Oh, and I'm still going the wrong way. Like I said, I don't know what kind of ladder truck we got now. You know, you figure since Tyler and Phoenix loves ladder trucks so much, or fire trucks, I would take pictures when I go out to fire calls. Of the actual trucks, not the fire itself, like I normally do. But it's kind of hard. Like, I don't have the greatest camera. So, like, when I take pictures, because I'm there, it's like all you see is just blur of lights. Wait, did I completely harvest all this one? Oh shit, here it goes locking up again. See, I remember being a kid, like in the 90s. The ladder truck they had then. How do I explain it? Like the one they got now, the bucket of the ladder sits behind the truck. The one now, I guess you call, is it a mid mount? Mid mount? Like the base of it is like right behind the cab, and then it extends to the back. It's not like what we'd normally use in 5M and all that stuff, where the bucket sits on top of the cab. They're wanting to go with the bigger ladder than what we got because we do have one building that's 180 foot tall. And the building's full of, which makes no sense. Like if it ever caught on fire, you'd be screwed. Okay, so that's what they call mid-mount. See, like I didn't know. Yeah, the basket they sit in sits behind, like it extends off the back of the truck. Like I said, I'm not good with terminology. Oh, I did do all that one. Okay. um, but they got a building that's downtown that's like extremely tall. And so, their idea, because this building was built like in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So, it's not like the most structurally sound building we got now, but of course, I guess, it's better than the shit they build nowadays, to be honest. But they filled it with nothing but old people, so they had a scare a couple years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago, they had a scare, a bunch of smoke started filling the building. But due to the fact that there was like no actual flames going, luckily it didn't set the sprinkler system off. But it did fill up with smoke. Well, they were having problems getting the elderly people out because, when the fire alarm goes off, it shuts the elevator off automatically. So now you're trying to get like all these fucking old people who can't hardly walk downstairs instead of the elevator. And they brought the ladder down to raise it up to a window. And they realized they could only go so fucking high with it. So they were still having to carry like most people down the stairs to completely to the bottom floor, or they were going to have to carry them down to like the certain floor to where the ladder reached. And even then they could only, I don't know what, maybe 2 people at a time. I don't know what those baskets weigh. I guess there's a weight limit like most things. You either get like 2 at a time or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, they realized that they were in dire need to get a new ladder truck. That and plus, like I said, I think it's a 2002. I think is what they got now. I can't remember. I know it's older than 2006. I do know that much. I don't know if it's a 2002. Let's put it this way. It's a 2002 to 2005. We'll call it that. No, hold on. Oh! My dude went out of control. I'm guessing general chat. Yeah, something like that. But of course, I guess it could be the way the picture looks. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'll have to see if I can get a picture. I think the back of it is bigger. Like the boxes on it sit higher than that. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe it does look. Like I said, maybe it's. I'll see if I could. Oh yeah, Phoenix found it. There it is. Yeah, see that picture right there? There's a building. There's a building on the next block over. That's the senior center home. That's up higher than that. How do you what is it called? A suit fan? A Sudafed? Sut fan? Yeah, like I said, I don't know the brand. I really don't. I know Kansas City drives a lot of Pierce. I've seen a lot of Pierce down there. I don't know if that's all they got, but Pierce and I think Riddenball. Is it Riddenball? Riddenball?
It's called a Suffin.
Sutphen? Okay.
Suffin. Suffin is the only fire truck manufacturer in Ohio.
Like I said, I know that's where my buddy said he has to go and pick him up at.
Yeah, it's 110% a Suffin. It's a mid-mount Suffin. And the way that picture looks, it looks to be like a 95-footer. So if they're going bigger, they're either going with a 100-foot or a 110-foot. Unless they're going with a straight stick, which should be a 107-foot, and that's going to be a rear mount.
I don't know. It says something about they need to get a ladder that's at least 180 foot to take care of a couple buildings in St. Joe if something ever happened. Is what they
There is
tried to.
no way possible in the U.S. that you can get anything over 137 foot. That's the biggest one they've ever built in the United States.
I don't know. I just know that's what they said to put in the bid was something that can get up to at least 180. I don't see why it'd be that fucking hard. I mean, they got man lifts that go up 200. I mean, you figure
it's something with the NFPA. One of the rules states that it cannot be, it has to be like so many feet and it can't move so much.
Well, damn. What if you're in a building that's like a 137 foot? You're fucked.
Well, I mean, they made that one. I think it was Smil. Maybe it was Smil. Maybe it was E1. But one of them made 137 foot, and it was the biggest ladder in the United States. And yeah, that's it. Now over in Europe, they got 220 foot ladder trucks, I think.
Like I said, all I know is I've seen the price tag. The price tag that they put the bid was $4.1 million, and they wanted a 180 foot ladder because the building that they decided to stick a whole bunch of old fucking people in is the top window sits at 175 foot. Which I don't know why you'd stick a bunch of old people in a tall ass building like that, anyways. Because like I said, when 4 years ago it didn't actually catch on fire. They had the smoke filled up. And I was like, you're trying to move a bunch of fucking 90-year-old people down a bunch of stairs who could barely walk as it is. They shut the elevators off automatically when the fire alarm goes off. So I was like, that's not a great idea. You're just asking for a bunch of old people to die. You're like, building's on fire. What happened?
Technically, in that situation, literally in the United States, there's nothing we can reach it with.
Shit, I'll start my own fire truck company.
Per NFPA laws.
I'll just consider it a man lift.
Yeah, Phoenix looked it up, and he come up with the price, and he said the way the city's Facebook is saying is 1.4. Because if you do 4.1, even if you had every bell and whistle on that ladder truck, for 4.1 million, you could buy 2 of them and an engine, and still have money left over.
Like I said, I just know what I've seen from the city paperwork. That was an old bid. I don't think they went through with that truck because that was supposed to be between a ladder and a new engine. They got the new engine truck. And that motherfucker looks sweet. In fact,
they might be going with Suffin, because they have a Suffin, but they also Suffin announced this year that they're actually coming back out with the Suffin Tiller. They only made 2 before, and they quit making them. And so many people in departments have asked for them back that they have finally decided they're going to make them again.
Yeah, well, like I said, I don't know all that terminology shit. Which is pretty sad as much as time as I spend around those fucking guys.
The Tiller's the 18-wheeler version.
Yeah, I know. That's what Phoenix said earlier.
It's even at that price, you would still be able to buy 2 of those and an engine.
I just know that's what was on the paperwork.
But 1.4, that sounds about right. I'm actually on the department that I'm on. I'm on our committee for getting a ladder truck. We're looking at one now, and we've been pricing, and 1.4 sounds right, no matter what. I mean, you can get a bare minimum ladder truck for right at like $950,000. That's just bare minimum. But then when you start adding everything on it, and more upgrades and stuff like that, 1.4 sounds about right.
Like I said, don't ask me. I don't know jack shit about fire trucks.
Sorry, when you said Ohio, there's only one in Ohio, and that's Suffolk.
Yeah, like I said, I know that's where he has to go all the time. It's usually the ladder truck that always gets sent up there. I don't know about the other trucks because I don't know what they are. I do know we bought it. Like I said, we bought a new engine earlier. Well, I guess it had been 2020, but man, they.
Yeah, Phoenix said it's an HME. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
See, I don't know what any of that shit is.
At least it's better than the Rosenbauer.
Rosenbauer. I don't know why I kept calling her.
Yeah, I heard you earlier. Like.
Well, we got a street called Redenball. I think that's where I was getting confused because I kept thinking of the street.
Rosenbauer.
Rosenbauer. That wasn't too far off.
They were. Rosenbauer is about as biggest piece of crap that has ever been made. They're really big in Europe. Really big in Europe. They do good over there. Over here, they suck. Followed by Smil. Smil just. Ugh.
Well, see, I don't like it. I don't know none of them brands. I just know Pierce because it looks like fucking Peterbilt.
In a way.
Well, the logo looks like Peterbilt.
Yeah.
You got the oval with the B.
Yeah. I mean, in a way it does. I mean, the older style Peterbilt cab overs, yeah, in a way I can see it.
Well, I was just talking more like the logo itself. That's the only reason I know Pierce. That and the fact that a lot of the Kansas City fire departments have Pierce, I've noticed. I don't know if they all do, but... See, I don't know, like here, with like our city yards, we can't buy one brand of certain truck all the time. We have to mix it up. Like we have to have so many Fords, we have to have so many Chevys, we have to have so many
you have to
Fiats.
have a fair,
And
what
then
is it? Like a fair, it's not fair trade. It's God. My stepdad told me because he works for a city here, and they're only allowed like they can buy like 2 trucks a year, and it always depends on what they need. Like I think that last year they bought 1 Ford and 1 Dodge. And next year, they're buying an International because they bought a Freightliner roll off.
Oh, I'm going wrong.
2
way.
years ago. So they have to keep on like switching it. But he said it was called something.
Now see our
our
dump trucks. Our dump trucks. We only have one Freightliner dump truck, and it's junk. Freightliners are literally the worst trucks you can buy.
Oh, agreed.
And then. Now, they do have a Freightliner Vector truck. They have a Sterling Vector truck. And they have an old Sterling jet truck. But it's old. But almost everything nowadays is all international is all we get. But we also have an international dealership in town.
Which that makes it better. I mean,
we have a Kenworth dealership, too. That's the worst part. Like, the international dealership is clear across the other side of town. And right across the street from the city yards is Kenworth dealership. Of course, I can't stand Kenworth anyways, but... Which I know, them and Peterbilt are the same fucking companies, but still.
Yeah, I work for Doosan now. I have a grading business, and I actually started making like air compressors. I mean, I was talking to Tyler about it because my plant is getting ready to be the biggest Bobcat plant in the world. We're getting ready to upgrade and stuff, and we still do air compressors and stuff. It is so weird to see how many people want to buy Cummins engines over a Caterpillar engine.
Well, because so many people's gotten used to Cummins because of vehicles, because Caterpillar do not make motors for semis no more.
And it's funny because I was talking to somebody, and they're like, "Man, Cummins is the best." I'm like, it's actually pretty sad when I see the Cummins guy walking down the line of my line, taking pictures of the motors and stuff, and sitting there saying, "Well, this one will break, and this one will be all right." I'm like, "Well, how do you know?" and he tells me everything they done to him.
Yeah, Caterpillar is good. The biggest problem with Caterpillars when it came to semis and stuff like that was the fuel system. The
Oh
horrible
yeah,
fuel system. I don't know how many times we've had to change fuel pumps and filters and stuff like that. But they don't make motors for semis no more because they got tired of dealing with the EPA. EPA kept hounding them. They finally said, fuck you, we're done. We'll continue to make motors and products for construction and farming. We will no longer make motors for vehicles, for semis.
and it's pretty bad because you used to be able to buy a Caterpillar engine for a fire truck. Like, I'm pretty sure in y'all's ladder truck you have a Detroit in it. About guarantee it.
I have no idea.
I'm saying I'm about guarantee it because Suffin only really deals with Detroit and Caterpillar. Well, when Caterpillar, stopped making motors and stuff, they kind of had to go with Cummins as a second option. You have to have two options on a dealer. You have to have your second option. And it made a lot of people mad that Caterpillar went out.
Yep, you could blame the good old EPA for that. They said we are done dealing with them. Because basically what it was is the EPA stepped in. They wanted so many restrictions that the best horsepower a cat can come out with would have been like 287 horsepower. And they said that is absolutely dog shit power for a semi. And they finally said, no, we're done. We're not going to make it no more. We can't sell this kind of product. We're not going to sell this kind of product. So we actually, the farm, well, I say we, the farm went out and bought 15 crate Caterpillar motors when they went out of business. We bought 2 semi loads. And now they're sitting in the garage. So when the motor goes out of a semi, we can just switch them out. I ain't stupid.
No.
We saw what was happening before it actually happened. And sure enough, we bought 2 semi trailer loads of motors. And the very next week, they announced they were shutting down. And by that time, they already quit producing it. They were just selling parts out of the warehouse for the next 2 months before they were technically officially shut down. We saw it because a buddy of mine actually works for the Caterpillar. And he told us what was going on, how the EPA was getting onto him. And how, with all the restrictions and sensors and stuff like that, the highest producing they can get was like 287 horse, and they said they will not put that product out ever. And so they just made an announcement. It was easier to shut down and quit doing it. Which, onto the contrary, because they made it sound like all these people were losing their job. They really didn't. All they did was take portions of their main motor factory, which was being overworked, and just split it with that factory. So everybody basically got to keep their job. They just different protection of motors in that factory now.
You would be surprised of what we actually have to plug up and put on to these motors just for goddamn air compression.
Oh yeah, because anything that puts out emissions.
Yeah.
I mean, you surprised how much restriction and shit they put on a fucking weed eater. Literally a fucking weed eater. I mean, the EPA's gotten bad. Which is funny because, Caterpillar quit making motors for semis, but then 3 years ago they made their own semi, but it has an international motor in it. It has a power stroker.
Pierce actually partnered up with Ford last year, and they actually put a basically souped up version 6.7. I mean, it was called a 6.7, but they put it in their cheap line of fire trucks, like their Contender series. And a lot of people ask Pierce why, and they're like, well, for these rural departments, like these really, really rural departments, instead of like having them call like a fire truck repairman or serviceman, they could literally take the truck to a Ford dealership and have them service it
Yep.
because it's the same, literally the same motor.
What's
It's
going
just
on, Matthew? Yeah, here's the bad thing, and one reason why I will never become a mechanic. And I hate saying this because John Deere is doing the exact same thing. They're all fucking doing it. They're all
oh
building and
god,
putting parts in these cars that only dealerships can work on. I mean, there's certain parts of a John Deere combine that you have to have a dealership mechanic come out and work on it because only they have the certain tool to work on this. And they're all doing it.
you ever dealt with a Doosan like air compressor or anything like that?
I have no idea. I don't even know what we got.
Okay, I ever go on one and you look, like there's always numbers like on everything, literally everything. If you actually look at those numbers and look in your owner's manual, because I did, because into the line, you put a damn owner's manual in the damn thing and send it out the door. But I looked in one just out of curiosity. I found me just one weird component, and it was SBCB-1. It was just a random wire, and I looked it up in the book. Could not find a thing on it. Couldn't find nothing. Couldn't even find that reference number. And I was like, what is that for? Well, they're like, well, that's for us. I'm like, but if I'm to order a part, why don't we just leave it on there then? Why don't we just take it off? And they're like, do you really want to take off every freaking thing we have? Like, not really. But why leave it on here? Because that's what the first person's going to look at is go, all right, so the number is da-da-da-da on this that I need.
Yep.
And it's not even going to be pulled up on anything. It's just what we have in the damn factory.
Yep. Like I said, they're all doing it nowadays.
It really blew my mind. And I was sitting there going, well, this makes no sense. Mm-mm. I don't know anymore. All I know is I get paid to put them together.
All I know is I get paid to tear shit up. That's what our garage is for. They get paid to fix it.
Yeah, to me, it's ugh. Yeah, I wish people would wise up, stop with this EPA BS.
It will never happen as long as you have hippies around.
Ain't that straight?
Come on, baby, make it. Ah, sons of a bitch. Fucking ran out.
Run out of fuel again?
No, fucking filled up right before I got to the very end. But I'll be right back. My supper's done. I gotta grab a plate real fast.
Okay.
finish this field and we'll call it a good stream. I'm fucking starving.
What you eating?
Pork loin and hash brown casserole.
Oh, I'd kill for some hash brown casserole.
This is the Cracker Barrel version of hash brown casserole.
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Add a little bit of extra cheese to it.
Mm-hmm. But I freaking got home at 5 o'clock this morning from the fields, and everybody, I guess, wanted to be stupid today. People hitting fucking telephone poles like normal, stealing stop signs like normal.
Yeah, we had a bad storm come through. Wind still blowing. I swear, seems like people just don't want to drive right. Had a 2-car accident into a pole. How does 2 cars hit a pole? The same pole.
How does one car hit a pole when you're going straight on dry grounds and the pole's 20 feet away from the road?
You're speeding, lose control, start fishtailing, and it just does a straight turn into a pole.
No, this is straight road, no turn, no nothing.
Yeah, some kid or somebody didn't know how to drive, was speeding, probably, trying to show off, got up to a certain mile an hour, probably hit something, like a little bump. The car kind of swerved a little bit, started losing control of it, and then bam!
No, most of ours is playing on the cell phone. Playing on the cell phone or drunk?
Okay.
Hey, what's up, C-Dub? I feel bad because all these people join so late in my stream as I'm getting ready to end it as soon as I get done with this field. But we got 600 more acres left to get ready. Then I can call it good. Haha, got that last little bit. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, jackknife. Fuck yeah. I love all the people that freaking jackknife their trailers. Instead of just realizing there's not a whole lot of damage, they could just pull themselves out of it and go on their merry way. They spend a shit ton of money having a tow truck company come out and do it.
Oh, God, yeah.
No, not always. Some people will really fuck their shit up. But a lot of times, and I'm sure C-Dub can contest to it, a lot of times it's just they need to turn their tires and straighten themselves up.
Yeah. Well, a lot of drivers also see it as it's not their money, so who cares?
Well, I know some of them is probably company policy.
Oh, that too.
Like us. Like if we're plowing and stuff and go off in a ditch, we can't try to get ourselves out. We have to call dispatch and have them bring a loader up. If they catch you trying to get out yourself, you can't get in trouble. Yeah, like I said, some of them jackknives you can fuck shit up. Don't get me wrong. But I've driven by many of them where it's like, dude, all you gotta do is like literally turn your steering wheel the opposite direction and straighten yourself up, and bada bing, bada boom, you're done.
Yeah, some of them don't think about that.
Not so much. Oh, hey, C-Dub, while you're here, what you doing Wednesday? Oh, hell, oh, no, there it is. Huh? I do it every time, but I don't care. I know that goddamn hash brown casserole is going to be like fucking melting lava.
God, yeah.
Huh?
I said, oh God, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, C-Dub, if you're not doing nothing Wednesday, I think we're going to try to do some recording of Firefighter Simulator. So Phoenix could have some before he goes on his vacation. Oh, I'm about to hit the tractor. That's what happens when you don't pay attention. Here goes more pain. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yep. There we go. Get her asses back to the shop. Put everything away. Yay! C-Dub's in. I figured. Now, what game did you say you had, Matt?
What do you mean?
Oh, I thought you said you had one of the games that we were going to play. Like Firefighter Simulator or something. We're into the flames.
No. No, I actually don't have a computer anymore.
Getting
ready. Yeah, I'm getting ready to buy one.
I would hold off on that for a little bit.
I'm actually just thinking about getting me just like a regular laptop right this second. You know, just a regular laptop and just like do the bare minimum on it.
I'd still even wait on that because right now everything's fucking up in price. Like even your basic shit's gone up. Everybody got that stimmy check, so they raised the prices on everything.
Yeah, well, it's just me now, so yeah, I'm making enough where I can basically spend what I want a little bit.
There you
within
go.
reason. I'm going to, I'm actually looking at getting a house too.
Oh no, that shouldn't be too bad doing.
No, not really. One of my friends, she's a realtor. Like she owns her own realty company.
Yeah.
And basically, I just gotta boost up my credit just a little bit. And she's got a lot of rent-to-own homes for like credit scores that are like 500.
There you go.
So,
oh no! God damn, that's not what I want. There you go. Get your ass in that tractor.
so hopefully by the end of the year, I'll either have my own home or something like that. That's what I'm hoping for.
The bad thing here is, man, fucking everybody wants an arm leg. Now you go up to a cardboard box, they're like, cardboard box, 1 bedroom, no bad, $5,000 a month. It's like, what?
Yeah, I was actually just looking at a house for rent, and it's in the town next to me, and they were wanting like 18.75 for a 3 bedroom, 1 bath.
How big?
3 bedroom, 1 bath.
To rent it?
Yep.
No, that'd be about $4,000 here. And the worst part is we're broke. Missouri's a very poor state.
Yeah, I could afford probably a 2 grand house. That's no problem, but do I actually want to do that? No. Do like to spend a little bit.
Pick that bitch up. There we go. Get her washed up. Boom, boom, bam, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it's very hard to do shit on your own around here. You usually gotta have a roommate.
Yeah. I don't like having room. I wouldn't. I don't care for anything to have a roommate with.
Oh, I've had some pretty badass roommates in the past. I've had some that sucks, but yeah, dude, like it's stupid, C-Dub, like how expensive shit is anymore nowadays. Like, I don't think really it matters what part of the United States you're in. Shit's always going to just be higher than, excuse me, than what it needs to be.
Oh God, yeah.
No. Get it right, Feather. I was a 20 out of 10. Shoot. Put this old girl away for the year. And we just gonna back it on up. Whoop. Wrong button. Time to bring this old bitch in. Beep, beep, doo, beep, 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 doo, 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 doo. Unload this hooker. Oh, my foot's asleep. Oh shit, now both my feet are asleep. Well, sons of a bitch. Hey, it's not gonna be good when I need to get up. Ooh, onion. For people who do not like onions, should be slapped. Good lord, this thing takes forever. You don't like onions, C-Dub? What the fuck?
I don't eat onions like raw.
What?
No, I don't. I don't eat them raw. But like, I'll eat them on a burger every once in a while. But they give me really bad acid, so I really can't.
Oh, they give me acid all the time, but I'm willing to live through the pain.
Oh, I'm not. Because I like chili too much.
Oh, chili gives me heartburn like crazy. Eat it all the time.
But, like, I'll eat onion rings and stuff like that. But no problem.
Yeah, I'll put onions on everything. Salad, pizza, sandwiches. You name it. It's going on it. Especially anything with potato.
I actually thought about doing me like a barbecue potato tonight.
There you go. Oh, Jesus. Finally, about done. Let's go watch these bitches and put them away. Ooh, excuse me.
Feel better?
No, not yet. I got one that's sitting right in the middle of my chest.
Oh, you know those suck.
Yep. Oh, it's like a mother trucker.
It's like no matter how hard you tap on it, it just won't come out.
Nope.
And then when you stand up, it'll just roll right out, and it's like, oh, thank God.
No, mine just usually sits in there harder and it hurts worse. Go put this bad bitch up. Beep 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 beep. I feel like the feather would be so proud of me of how I put stuff away. He always claims I never do that. It's usually because I never have time to put my shit away.
Yeah. A lot of times I just leave it out. When I had farm sim, I just leave it out where I was. That way I had to remember where it went.
Usually I try to put everything away when I'm done. I gotta have a pretty good freaking amount of corn in my bins now. Why are you not... What do I have to do to please you, sir?
What'd he say?
He's not pleased. Mother trucker. Oh, we're up to 250,000 bushels. Or, sorry, liters. What? Now I know you're just fucking lying. Now I know Feather's just lying. He's jelly.
What?
He said he's more disappointed in me and then the chick that matched with Brandon on Tinder. You do realize the only reason she matched with him on Tinder was she was a robot, right?
Yeah.
Poor Brain. That's all he gets is robots. I told him he just needs to buy a sex doll. Obvious robots love him. Turn, you bitch. I don't know why I don't know why I went in a big circle, but I did. I did absolutely all that work for nothing. Whoop. She there. Oh, I need to get out of the way. Well, Phoenix, if you want a robot that cleans, why don't you just get robots that clean? I feel like the sex part's kind of useless if you're not going to use it for sex. Just saying. Just saying. I mean, you do you, boo-boo. Like, see, Tyler found true love. Tyler's fucking Bobcat skid loaders now.
Yeah, that I supply of.
Yeah. Like, I really feel like he's touching those things inappropriately while I work.
Oh, if he only knew what we did to him.
I asked him if he's done a wheelie in one yet. He said no. I said, you're not a true professional Bobcat driver until you do a wheelie.
You're not a skid steer operator until you actually done one.
Well, he says theirs is all tracks.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, if it is,
It's not
even on,
possible, but
you can do one on a track one, but it's a pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
anyway around, I still prefer track over tired any day of the week.
Yeah. Well, those are a little more expensive.
It may be a little bit more expensive, but good lord, they work so much better.
Oh, I know. We got them out of the farm, but the city won't buy one. Well, take the back. They bought one for the landfill, but
I'm telling you now, I don't care what anybody says. Argue with me all you want. But a track skid steer is so much like it won't get us stuck as easy as a goddamn tired.
oh, I believe that, Feather. I really do. I believe that 110%.
What?
That Tyler has fucked every single one that he's delivered to people.
Oh no, I'm not going to disagree.
Yeah. Those poor saps do not realize they are touching a cum-filled bobcat when they get a hold of it. They're probably thinking, "Wow, this thing's sticky," and he's like, "Oh, we just haven't had a chance to clean it from the last people that rented it." And it's just an ongoing process of stickiness. And we are done with harvest. And that's going to do it for this stream. I appreciate everybody that stopped by and said hi. Or fuck off. Or shut the hell up. Or hey, I like what's going on. People.